Only one of them's done? What? At least I unplugged the correct one. Oh. How's it going, everybody? I got out here at 6 a.m., I think, right after 6. And I got my 2 episodes recorded pretty quickly. And then I repaired the twins. And I fixed what I needed to fix on Terrence. Oh, yeah, I was just unplugging batteries. And here's, like, okay, like, watch these guys over here, watch. Or if you mash some, you go like this, they all just lose it. It sends out that pheromone thing, and they're like, ah! And I'm telling you, there's no square foot that doesn't have an ant in it, because they got into the sponge. Directly below this camera, right down there, is the little lead-soaked sponge for the soldering iron, because that guy lives right down there. They go for the water that's in the sponge, so that's why that bait is there. I don't know what these guys are after. There's nothing over there. And I can't vacuum, because if I try to vacuum, they'll all they just lose it. They just start going everywhere. And then there's ants on absolutely every surface in the building. Has ants on it. It's all. We'll get him scorped up a little more. I'm charging the big 88.8 watt hours. That's a 15-mile battery. So now all 22 of you know who's going out tomorrow. Because I asked the wife what she wanted to drive, and she gave me the usual, I don't know. You have to wipe down stuff to destroy their astrals, and then they go into chaos mode, and then they leave and come back later. They don't even leave. They just mill around more. And I know you're not supposed to, like, smash them with your fingers, because it, like, sets off the alert. No, Bruce and Sheila run on LAHV 4200s. There's only 2 rigs that will fit. Actually, there's really only 1 pair that will fit the big 8000s. Yeah, they are indeed looking for water. But they will go, they're dumb. Ants are as dumb as it gets, because they will go anywhere to try to find water. I have a little, very rusty bowl that I usually keep water in, and it's right by the sander. And when I'm sanding aluminum parts, they get really hot really fast. So I just dunk them in that water. And if I don't remember to dump that little bowl out, every time I come out, it's full of ants. Because what these dumb ants shouldn't have done was move to the desert, you know? The 8000s go in the camels. So we're gonna, because the wife is going out tomorrow. It's the sister, one older than her. It's her birthday. So they're going out to, I think, Newport. Either Newport or Oceanside. I don't know. One or the other. All I know is, most importantly, I don't have to go. And that's all that matters. I get to stay home. Which is good, because otherwise I'd be in the house editing right now. And I'm just going to do editing tomorrow. I'll edit the 2 I recorded today, and I'll edit Wheelin' Wednesday, and I'll have that done tomorrow. And then I'll do a double recording on Monday morning, which there's nothing on the whiteboard yet for Monday. But I am forgetting how my brain works. I'm getting stuff prepared. Transferring the guys from Capra over to the metal housing. Yeah, that metal housing was on Zoidberg forever. The rear axle that was on Esky used to be Zoidberg's rear housing, like from the Capra kit. And Zoidberg broke his front housing, spiraled the plastic housing, and then Esky broke the rear one. So those were the original, those were the housings from the time that is the whole reason that the channel exists. When the wife said this thing needs to pay for itself, because I was carrying a Capra kit into the house. So those were the OGs. The other parts still exist, like Misdirection is the cage from that Capra. We use all parts of the Buffalo. I was out here for hours. How else did I spend my time? I am almost finished with the build from the live stream. I'm changing shock springs on it right now. And it would be done. But Amazon this morning hit me with the trusty delivery attempted. And no, they didn't. No one was ever here. Don't lie. Don't lie and say you did, because nobody attempted to make a delivery, except for the 2 Amazon trucks that successfully made a delivery. I've had 2 Amazon deliveries. I still have one yet to come, but the one that didn't show up, delivery attempted, is the set of axles I ordered during the live stream and the driver figure for this guy. If you put 2 Lexan body shells together with a spacer, you can make a see-through ant colony body shell. That's amazing. Did I get my hat fan working? I should, okay. It's pertinent, relevant. So the fans are not as big as I thought they would be, right? There's the fan, right? The hat it's terrible. It's like sticking your head in a fishing net, and it doesn't fit. But can we blow a bunch of ants away? Well, they don't like it. It definitely works, and it's just bolted together. So I should be able to move them to another hat, because that hat is definitely way up there for most uncomfortable hat that I've ever put on. Yeah, get a better hat. I wish, I would love to stick them in a straw hat, but you don't want to cut the straws of a straw hat, so I'm going to find some cheap hat. Wasn't that hat dirt cheap? Yeah, I don't know. Charles would know. I am assuming AliExpress. Yeah, my luck with... Where were we? I was out somewhere with the wife. We were doing something, and they had, lifeguard hats, straw hats. They probably had a dozen different straw hats. I think it was like a Burlington or a Nordstrom Rack or one of those places. They had a bunch of straw hats. Not one of them fit my head. Not one. That's the story of my life. Big old head. They were cheap, and no, not AliExpress. Oh. I know he doesn't order on Amazon. And the rest of us, we only think either AliExpress or Amazon. I don't know any other places where things come from. So the fans will work. Speaking of fans. Oh, there's a couple of you here. Prepare to be part of a test. I bought a fan. Hey, Porter Stout, we wear the same size hat. 7 5/8. I have long complained about it. They act like 7 5/8 is the biggest head in the world. Like, seriously. I've told the story so many times, but we grew up with a dude with a head that is over a size 8. It's an 8 and some fraction. Because we found a hat at the Army Navy surplus store down in Orange County. And it was like, I want to say it was like either 8 1/4, 8 3/8, something like that. I didn't know they made hats that big. And me and a buddy were laughing hilariously about this like 8 1/4 hat. And I would put it on, and it was like when a little kid tries on their dad's hat. I could pull it down all the way over my ears. It went over my eyebrows. And the guy we were with went, "That's nothing." And he put that hat on, and I swear to you, it looked like, I swear to you, it looked like he set a teacup on top of his head. That guy's got the biggest head of like a person. Did I order all that? I obviously not. I ordered the axles, which got delayed. I ordered the cage. We'll see how long that takes. I ordered the servos. I've got an Elite. It's going to get an Elite. I have most of the stuff for the buggy. I have started formulating my list for the giveaway for November. I think Bruce Bochy is an 8 something. Dang. I want a hat like West Desert Wheeler wears. I don't know what he wears. I'm assuming he just wears a straw hat. Not a lot of straw hats in the UK. I'll tell you this about a straw hat because I've worn them in the rain more than once. They don't stop any of the water. Straight through it. Almost like you're not wearing it. So I imagine that has some small contribution as to why they're not super popular in the UK. From what I understand, it tends to rain over there. Oh, okay. Mr. Hurley with like a baby head. That's like the size of my wife's head. 7 1/4 is crazy. I also like that the American hat sizing means nothing and doesn't apply to anything. Why don't they just measure your a head, and then they say this fits like a 24-inch head, and this fits a 23.5, and this fits a 23? No, they're going to be like 7 1/4. And like I wear a 7 5/8, which means a 7 1/2 is so tight it feels like it will squeeze your brain out, and a 7 3/4 is like putting a bucket on your head. So it's absolutely amazing. There's a pretty funny short where a guy talks about how shoes are measured, and no one can agree on how to measure them. Are we going to use imperial? Are we going to use metric? The only one, it's ski boots, and something else. One other thing, measure the length of the foot in millimeters, and it's like the only thing that does it. Like if you go to get a ski boot, it'll be like a 290. And if your foot is 290 millimeters long, that's the shoe for you. or boot, I should say. It'd be nice if more people would get up on that. Okay, I got a giant hazard-fraught fan. On high, it sounds like a P-51 Mustang. At idle, I feel like there's more ants. Like, I feel like the number of ants on the primary screen kicked up a bit. That's a lot of ants. I'm going to turn this fan on low, and I want you to tell me how loud this fan is, because I think it's too loud. It is a 30-inch stand fan, and when I went to pick up the box inside the hazard front, the gross weight on the box was 70 pounds. Does it sound like someone is warming up a World War II propeller aircraft? Because that's what it sounds like to me. And this is on low. Now, what I will tell you is, you can't hear it? Yeah, the whole thing is steel. It's at full height. I think it's 77 inches tall. It has a little adjustable. Wow, that's cool. All right, the noise canceling on the microphone is amazing because the low setting on this thing is like 8,000 CFM, which means it stays way, yeah. So it's doing there's a noise gate. So the noise gate is stopping it when I stop talking and just making silence, and then when I talk it kind of comes through. Can you talk into it and do Dalek noises? Let me see. Bring us the doctor! Exterminate! Yeah. Yeah, the answer is yes. It sounds like your head is inside an aluminum box. Yeah. I'm wondering if this motor is rheostat compatible. Because if I can hook this thing up to a little, I'm making gestures in front of the camera that's not on. I'm doing this over there for the camera that's not on. If if I could turn the speed down, that would be great. I don't know what it sounded like to you over here. Again, I'm gesturing to the camera. Hey, battery number 2. But it sounded amazing from the other side of it. It's a big 3-blader, and that's probably part of the problem. Because in my search for knowledge, I went on the internet a while back to try to find out why the police helicopter is so loud. Turns out it's a Subaru. That's not what makes it loud. It has a 3-blade propeller. And apparently 3-blade propellers are more efficient, but loud. Like yesterday's live stream, anytime you place something on the workbench, the noise canceling would blip a little and make everything sound like it landed with a thud. Yeah. Yes, this is her back scorpion. I was searching for 6-inch G.I. Joes yesterday, as one does, because that's what I need for the LJ. And there's a series of G.I. Joe figures called 180, and I guess they call it this because there's 180 figures, and most of them are priced pretty affordably. Let's see if I can find the box. So the Cobra Desert Scorpion, there's the guy. He's got interchangeable heads, and he comes with Scorpion 25, which is that guy. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, that is a must. I ordered a different guy for the LJ and then got Amazon. So doesn't matter. I won't be filming. They better, if they don't deliver it tomorrow, I'll be mildly furious. So because she's heading to Newport tomorrow, I got to get the rigs ready tonight. Later tonight, I'll get all of the cameras ready. Can you point the pedestal fan straight up and have that scorpion float in the air? I don't know if it's that powerful. I do want to get a Master Chief. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, look. I just remembered I can do this. Move to there. Like this. Where's my tab? It would. Let's just put it this way: mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. G.I. Joe. I forgot that I can absolutely screen share. So they have a bunch of G.I. Joes that are coming out in the next couple months, like October, November, and look, okay. I'm gonna pull you away from the ants for a second. So that military armaments research syndicate snake system, you have no idea how much, like, that's my childhood. Like, this whole thing. Also, if you'll notice, Zaymont over there is still $13. Everybody else about $30. That's not cool, right? There's the Scorpion. I still have the hard ceiling set at $30, where I won't spend more than $30 for a figure. And don't think that I'm not waffling on that when you can get a 2-pack. That might be $60, but you get 2 figures. They don't come with multiple heads, though. I prefer if they came with multiple heads. This Major Blood, like, they're just on and on and on. And when you do the search for the Super 7 Ultimates, there's oh man, Destro with the Iron Grenadier, $100. The Cobra La Royal Guard. I want all of these things. There's the guy that I bought that was supposed to get delivered this morning, Monkey Wrench. That's the guy that's supposed to go in the LJ and would be here if it wasn't for Amazon. This dude comes with a Raptor. Hawk I had that. I had the mobile missile system. I'm like 11 years old again. This is a problem. Okay, I don't have a hotkey for this. I just generated this dual cam thing this morning. It seems to be working out. I'm gonna have to fight, okay? I fight. Oh, I do sound like the kid in the Toys R Us. I can only pick out one toy. I'm like, every time I go to a Lego store has an automatic limiter built in, where you look down at the bottom of it and you can build a rig for what that Lego set costs. But G.I. Joe is more insidious, because I remember as a kid going to the Gemco or the Fedco or the Toys R Us. Back in the days of the 3.75-inch figures, it would be $3.50 for a figure. $3.50, right? Those 6-inch G.I. Joes average, I would say, $28. That's insane! But do you get scale points if in the back of your Jeep there's an Iron Grenadier? Heck yeah. Or a gun or a missile system? Or a giant Scorpion? Lego stores steal from old people and children and middle-aged people. No, that's bricks and minifigs. Don't get that mistaken with the Lego store. The Lego store is absolutely fine. The corporate Lego stores, those are fine. They've never done anybody wrong. And also, my wife saw a Lego Tony Chopper at the Lego store, and she was like, I really want one. The girl who worked there, she was like, I really want one, but it's supposed to be $80. That's bonkers town. And then they had the Lego Tony Chopper at Costco for $50, which is slightly less bonkers. And the wife doesn't ask for a lot, so she got a Lego Tony Chopper. I have an entire room in my house devoted to Lego. We have on top of one of the racks, one of the sets of cabinets in the kitchen, we have a whole Lego, like we've got the cafe and the hotel, and then we've got a whole line of them. And they're probably gross, being up close to the ceiling and getting dusty and everything for years and years. They've been in the house for almost 20 years. I'm afeared to go up there and see what those things look like. What's the plastic container on screen? Oh, the taros? Or something else? What? The only plastic container I can see would be the taros. Yeah. Oh, look. When I found out that Lego Land Rover Defender can be motorized, you can put the Lego motor system in it. I was that close. The container with the bits in it, you numpty. Wow. Watch the ants get mad. Oh, they didn't even care. That is M2.5. That's all that's in there. Oh, by the way, the only place I know of to get these is from a games supply place somewhere, I want to say they're in New York State. The confidence. That's how good these are. I want to buy, like, that's a new one. And, I'll hit the leg if I do that. So, these are the old ones. They don't have the lid grid. You can't be as confident flipping them around. I want to buy 10 more of those things. I paid like $6 a piece. So many. Like more than ever. And they've got that bait. They've only got that bait about half empty. They'll empty that thing out tonight. And then there'll be like a blissful 2 weeks where I'll have no ants in here. That was a soldier. Did you see the big one go by? Big old soldier. I haven't carried the 2 camel bodies at the same time in a while. Ah! I forgot how heavy these things are. Holy cats. And last time we drove them, I set them out. I have a folding plastic table outside. I set them on top of the folding plastic table. They dried out in the sun, and then I put them up on their skids. They're still full of sand. No effort to clean them off whatsoever. That's the best way to do it. Hello? Hello? I really do love that fan. How long has this thing been going? That's frames. Hour 15. Here's the problem. Wait, I'll put one hand over here. I'll put the other hand over here. Wait, can I do it? That's really hard to do. Here's the problem. These are iPhone 8s. One is an 8 Plus and one is an 8. When they're being used in camera mode like this, they're using power faster than they're charging. So this can't be one of those indefinite streams. The big camera, the Canon, runs off of a laptop power supply. It'll go all day long. These guys have probably got, probably 2 hours. I'll probably come out and knock this thing off at like 2. I watched a YouTuber yesterday try to lift a Losi 5T out of a box on a live stream and tore a bicep muscle or something. Man. People be getting soft. Can't pick up a toy car. I mean, that's heavy, but it doesn't weigh as much as the fan that I picked up yesterday. I think a lot of the weight is the base has like a big molded leaden ring in the bottom of it, presumably to keep it from tipping over. All right, 2 camels ready to go. Let me, okay, prepare yourself. Okay. So this is where we're at right now. Somebody said mall crawler, and I just leaned into it. It's got the shocks, it's sprung, it's wired, it moves. It's not too loud, it's still dry inside the gearbox. Nothing hits anything else. It's got steer angle all day. I feel like rock bumps are going to be, I feel like the geologic infections are going to be a wildly unfair advantage. The wiring came out pretty clean. Look how clean this thing is. Aside from the wear marks on the axles. Oh, by the way, I had the links correct. I just put them in the wrong hole. Now it should be great. Should be gold. Little GP guy. These are the -10s assembled backwards. So the inside of the rim faces out. 230 wide. Yeah, J Concepts needs to resupply FYRs and 22C2 ruptures. Probably right there. It's tough because you have to look at the live view display. I can't look over here. I gotta look over there. You'd never notice the John Cusack, who's now slightly out of frame. We can I don't know if he can get there. There we go. Nope. Yeah, there you go. Amazing. All right, everybody. The wife needs to go get her eyebrows done. Because apparently, if you're a lady and you're going to go out somewhere with your sisters, which is apparently the most stress-inducing way to go anywhere. I don't know. I never had sisters. I never had brothers. So I don't know what the sister dynamic is other than what I've gleaned by watching my wife and her sisters, because there's 7 of them. It's its own thing. I'll definitely say that. So batteries are charged. I'll get all the cameras and stuff tonight. I think it's 106, 107 outside right now. I'll get all the cameras and everything loaded in the car tonight. I'm gonna turn off the P51. It really does get quieter. Like, that's so much quieter. The only fan going is the overhead fan. We will, now the only fan going is the cooler is still running. And I'm going to come out and I'm going to turn that off at around 2. Have you seen the Crash Test dummy figures? Yes, I have. I got to be wary. I refuse to pay for 3D printed figures. Like, if I'm buying a figure, that damn thing better have been molded. Which is why I stick to G.I. Joe and a lot of Cobra. I buy a lot of the bad guys. They have cooler outfits, I guess. I'm trying to collect them all, and unfortunately, well, all the bad guys. And unfortunately, they're not all reasonably priced. Some of them are like, oh man, they got a couple of the Dreadnoks that are like $70. I feel like they're trying to take advantage of my youth. They've got one that only comes with like a little swan. There he is. Ripper and Torch. Naugahyde is under $30, but I'm gonna wait for him to. Oh, Major Blood. I'm gonna wait for it to drop further under $30. Like, here is absolute ridiculousness. Like, try to explain. All right, how can I will say the fan takes away from the magic if you're talking for. Oh yeah, when I'm recording, I turn the fan off. So, how could anyone justify that? Right? You could get it faster. $95. $95. Oh, I forgot. There's no I don't have a button for this. You like who do you have if you don't have Zartan? That's unbelievable. Right? I set my arbitrary cap at $30, and it kind of makes the shopping, if we want to call it shopping, it kind of makes it more fun, because then I look at the price and then I look to see if it's any good. It better come to life. Right? Yeah, that's the thing with the G.I. Joes. I don't think I've disassembled any of them. I think I've run them all full. I buy the, like, not the NECA, but the other cheap ones. I don't even think twice. I just cut those up. There's definitely an increase in activity right in this area right here. So, with the fans off, the temperature in here rises very quickly. I'm going to leave this running for a bit longer. I'm going to find out when the wife is ready to go out and run her errands, because I will take her to do that, because that is one of my jobs. And probably around that time, I will come and I will shut all of this stuff down. Zartan in the UK Amazon is 157 pounds. Holy crap. Rustic RC is a real one. I remember the color change Zartan. Amazing. The ants can still crawl under John Cusack. Good, it's not stopping him. Is that camera wiggling slightly? I think this tripod just picks up every vibration. So I think the cooler is wiggling that ever so slightly. I have a nice rigid arm for this one. I might still have a color change Zartan. I sold all of my G.I. Joe figures at a swap meet. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it's just got a little bit of like the tripod is picking up. Yeah, see, I can make it stop. That's pulling down on the bottom of the tripod. And when I let it go, little wiggle again. I don't know if I could isolate it. It's an ant stream, though. So, all right. I'm going to head in the house. It's way too hot out here. You got another little bit of this. And then I'm going to turn it off. So, enjoy your time with John Cusack and the Scorpion. I might pop in again right near the end. We never know. You'll hear the door, and that's how you'll know that I'm gone. Woo! Man, it's still nice in here. So nice. Oh. All right. I'm gonna head to the store or wherever you can get your eyebrows done. House of Beauty, I think is what it's called. So we're gonna do this. Ah. Which one is still live? 3? Hey, look at that. I understand some percentage of technology. The battery on that actually still looks pretty good. It's as hot as a furnace though. What iPhone is coming out soon? 18? And that's an iPhone 8. Still going, man. And apparently it's going to software update itself tonight, if you can even believe it. It is indeed that time. Look at that. That's pretty much that's the view that we're all used to. I can move my stuff back out of the way. It's surprisingly nice in here. It has stayed, I mean, it's ungodly outside, but it has stayed absolutely borderline reasonable in here. So we're about to head out into the prime heat of the day. Thanks all for hanging out for the Antstream 2026. They've barely even touched the bait still over. Like, they're going to empty that one, and then they'll send everybody over to that one. Good times were had by all. Oh, big soldier. Good times were had by all except the ants that are going to eventually desiccate from eating all the borax or boric acid or whatever it is. The chime means it's time. I'll see y'all later, everybody. We're going to do this one. Oh, just froze it. Awesome. Awesome. You can't see nothing. In just a moment, you won't be able to hear nothing either.